The Bold and the Beautiful scoop for Tuesday, November 25th, reveals a mysterious person will send Katie Logan and Electra Forrester anonymous texts. Also coming up, Ms. Dylan will make a surprising confession. B&B spoilers tease Electra will be taken aback when Dylan pays her a visit at Forrester Creations. Most viewers know her as Ms. Dylan. She was Hayes Finnegan's art teacher and unknowingly brought in Luna Nozawa to teach the kids how to make origami. That being said, Electra had some interactions with the art teacher. At the time, she was picking Hayes up after the class and bringing him back to his parents at the Cliff House. So, suffice it to say, she got to know Dylan. However, Electra will be slightly confused when Dylan decides to confide in her. "I have something to confess." "What?" "I need it," she'll tell the jewelry designer. But what kind of secret is Dylan about to admit to Electra? Meanwhile, Electra and Katie will both receive some mysterious text messages from someone, claiming they hit Luna, and neither will know who they could be coming from. But who is sending them? Could it be Remy Price, trying to make amends for what he did? It seems unlikely the messages would be from Luna herself, as Deputy Chief Baker confirmed that the villain is dead. Although it wouldn't be the first time someone's returned from the dead on a soap. Regardless, will the strange text remain a mystery for long? Or will Katie and Electra figure it out? Stay tuned. Hey B&B fans, are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group. Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that we have to consider the possibility of a long-lost twin story for Luna Nozawa. Could the show deliver a twist that could change everything? In a major exit shocker, Luna was killed off after stepping in front of a moving vehicle during all the escape drama. Fans are still feeling over the show's decision to get rid of Luna so abruptly and bring her story to a screeching halt. At the same time, many viewers were disgusted over Luna violating Will Spencer and acting like they made a baby out of love. Luna eventually acknowledged that what she did was wrong, but it was too little, too late. It's possible the writers felt they'd written Luna into a gross corner that'd be hard to recover from. That might have been part of the reason B&B ultimately wiped Luna off the map and tried to just brush past this whole mess. However, Lisa Yamada is a talented performer who recently won a Daytime Emmy and seems quite well liked by the cast and crew. It's a shame Yamada had to go, but there's always the possibility she could return as another character entirely. What if Luna has a long-lost twin out there somewhere? We wouldn't put it past Poppy Nozawa to hide a secret like that. But it's also possible Poppy assumed the other baby died at birth. Instead, maybe Poppy had another baby girl who was stolen from her. It might be an interesting curveball if Luna's twin enters the picture and is mistakenly accused of being a resurrected Luna at first. The long-lost sister story could eventually unravel and give John Finn Finnegan a chance to be a real father to a daughter who perhaps isn't a total lunatic. Of course, in classic soap fashion, another twist could potentially hit once everyone lets their guard down. Maybe it could eventually come out that Luna really is alive and simply posing as this twin to score the new life she's always wanted. Bonus points if Luna's fake twin actually gets together with Will. Bottom line, there are ways to undo Luna's demise and keep Lisa Yamada around if B&B wants to go there. So stick with us for updates on any other big news that might be brewing. At the beach house, Will and Electra shower off after coming off the beach and settle onto loungers. They marvel at living through Luna's obsession. Now she lives on in online infamy. Will can't stop thinking about how badly she messed up their lives. At the Forrester mansion, Brooke, Ridge, Eric, Donna, and Carter discuss the press being in a feeding frenzy over Luna. Brooke told Will and Electra to take some time off. Ridge notes this is also hard for Finn. She was his daughter. He's glad she's gone so Steffi doesn't have to look over her shoulder all the time. They mull over the tragic loss of the baby and Luna's many crimes. Donna's glad Katie can finally focus on her family and helping Will. As more headlines come in, the Forresters can't believe how crazy things are getting. Carter points out Luna was part of the company. The PR team usually handles this, but since Katie's taking time off, he called in reinforcements. At Bill and Katie's place, they're still replaying the Luna drama in their minds and grumble about the online coverage of the deranged woman. They go over how delusional she was and how she turned their son's life upside down. Katie declares that she got everything she deserved. Bill fields press questions on the phone, and then they go over him letting Luna loose to cause damage. Katie urges him to let this go. Bill decides she's right and declares that Dollar Bill is back in business as the leader of the Spencer family. Katie and Bill call Will, who reports that he's with Electra. Katie is glad they're spending time together, but suggests he talk to Taylor. Will declines, given he has lots of support. At Forrester, Brooke, Ridge, Eric, and Donna meet Robin, the new PR person. She assures them that her team is the best in LA for crisis management. They'll change the narrative and put it back on fashion. At the beach house, Will once again goes over all of Luna's crimes. Electra says she hurt a lot of people, including Will. She recaps how Luna took advantage of him. She's so grateful he's okay. Ridge signs off on hiring the new PR team as Katie appears. They all ask about Will and Katie thanks them and announces that she's there to do damage control. Brooke says, "We're on it." Katie's dismayed to hear that Ridge has hired an outside PR team to handle it. They explain they wanted to ease her load so she could take some time off with her family. Katie asks to speak to her sisters alone, so Eric, Ridge, and Carter file out. Donna and Brooke want to know how Katie's doing. Really? Katie tells them the stress has been all-consuming, but she had to be strong for her son. She is grateful for the Logan sisters. They embrace. Inside the beach house, Will paces with his phone and apologizes for not being able to get his mind off of the Luna stuff. Electra mentions that the reports still say the driver is anonymous. Will can't imagine driving along and someone jumps in front of you. At that very moment, Electra gets a message from someone claiming to be the person who ran over Luna. Why would they text her? In an undisclosed location, someone looks at their phone screen, which has the text to Electra saying, "I'm the one that ran over Luna." The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Remy Price, the fashion show crasher, could put Hope Logan and Deke Sharp's big event in jeopardy. Things are going well when it comes to Hope for the Future's revival and the brilliant team she's put together. Deke has brought something fresh to the table since his designs are a little edgier and will help draw more attention to the line. Hope is pleased with the direction Hope for the Future is headed in, but she's not the only one. Ridge Forrester and Steffi Forrester Finnegan have also given their approval, so fashion show plans are moving forward. The goal will be to debut some gorgeous gowns and impress the buyers as well as the critics. This could make or break Hope's line and determine whether Deke sets himself up for a successful fashion designer career. However, there could be a problem if Remy decides he just can't stay away. Will Remy crash the upcoming fashion show and cause some chaos in the process? Deke pushed for some time and space after learning all the horrifying things Remy did to Electra, so Remy agreed to back off. Remy assured Deke that he'd go to therapy, so he's willing to put in the work and prove he's a changed man. Even so, B&B fans know that Remy adores Deke and is pretty desperate to hold on to him at this point. The longer Deke and Remy are apart, the more dire the situation may become from Remy's point of view. Remy may ultimately feel like he just can't take the separation anymore. This distance may become too much to bear and leave Remy feeling like he needs to make a bold move. Plus, Remy won't want to miss Deke's big fashion debut at Forrester Creations. This is a huge deal for Deke, so Remy may insist on coming and showing support to the man he loves. Unfortunately, that could lead to some trouble since Remy presumably won't be invited. Remy may have to crash this fashion event, so there could be trouble if Electra Forrester and others in the building spot him. Remy could cause a major scene if he once again shows up where he's not wanted. Deke may end up livid if Remy ruins the vibe of the fashion show and derails what should have been a happy occasion. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Remy won't give up on a romantic reset with Deke, but bad news could be looming if Remy makes some updates to his reunion strategy. What a run it was for Lisa Yamada's Luna Nozawa on The Bold and the Beautiful. After escaping prison in a laundry cart, Luna darted to Will's beach house, risking it all for a shot at a future with the man that she loves. Unfortunately for Luna, it became clear rather quickly that Will wasn't interested, and any feelings would never be reciprocated. It wasn't long before the police closed in on her location, and a manhunt ensued through the fog, with everyone she wronged desperate to send her back to prison. Sadly for everyone involved, they'll never get the opportunity to see true justice for Luna's crimes, as the troubled young woman met a tragic fate at the end of Thursday's all-new episode. While it wasn't clear what occurred at first, in the opening moments of Friday's episode, Baker confirmed that Luna succumbed to injuries that resulted from being struck by an oncoming vehicle. However, that's the only form of confirmation that viewers and the characters invested in the outcome received. There was no final look at the body, and seemingly nobody was asked to identify her. The reveal of Luna's death was so unconventional that many passionate viewers are not convinced of its finality. Despite Yamada announcing her departure from the series, many took to social media to give their theories and predictions that Luna might still be alive. On a soap opera, anything is possible, and several characters have cheated death before. Considering Sheila's comeback on numerous occasions after being confirmed dead, fans aren't blindly buying what the bold and the beautiful is selling. Chief Baker announcing that Luna died from the car crash was odd. We never saw her body, declaration of death, etc. Bold and beautiful, one ex-user tweeted. I don't believe she's off the show. The body wasn't shown. If Luna is dead, great. It was a horribly offensive storyline for her to rape Will, and yet no one mentioned that ever. A great actress, no doubt, playing a sickening story, a conflicted viewer wrote. It could be that Remy is helping out Luna or hiding her, and the body Loot Baker found isn't her, one hopeful fan said. They purposely went out of their way to not show Luna getting hit, body in the morgue or autopsy, another viewer commented. So do they actually have a dead body that matches Luna's DNA? If not, then Luna is alive. I've seen this play out with Sheila before. No one said anything concrete on today's episode. Had bold and beautiful, one longtime fan remarked. Y'all need to cremate Luna and scatter her ashes in the ocean to make sure she is dead this time. Actually, watch her body go into the incinerator, bold and beautiful, a fan stated. I'm only just starting today's bold and beautiful, but we didn't see a dead body. I'm not buying that Luna is dead. Although if she truly is, it's for the best. LY is very talented, but they wrecked the character. Hashtag bold and beautiful, another viewer tweeted. If they don't show the body, I don't believe Luna is dead. This show has done this a million times. Hashtag bold and beautiful, a fan posted. It's entirely possible that viewers' speculation is correct, and Luna will someday return to the canvas to wreak havoc in the same way that her grandmother, Sheila, has so many times before. However, in theory, if Luna is truly dead and gone, this is an opportunity for the characters to heal and move on, as much as they can, since some are forever changed by the pain she caused. Finn and Poppy will have to live the rest of their lives, wondering what if. What if Finn had the chance to be a father figure for her entire life? What if Poppy put her daughter first, rather than her own selfish ambitions or lust for rich and powerful men? Steffi was kidnapped multiple times and held at gunpoint, so much so that she had to escape the country away from her husband to recover from the emotional trauma. There might always be a small part of her that wonders if Luna is somehow going to rise from the grave and come back to torment her and her family. Plus, who can forget Will? Luna's sexual assault on him and her subsequent pregnancy altered the trajectory of his life. Although he was forced into the situation, now with her miscarriage revelation and her subsequent death, all of his days may be spent wondering about what could have been. Time will tell if Luna returns to Los Angeles, but until a body is displayed on screen, fans will remain adamant that she will be back. It's difficult to believe that Luna could truly be gone forever after the enormous impact she had across the series for the last year. There's no denying the void that will exist without her presence, and if she doesn't re-emerge, who will take the mantle as the show's next big villain? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for the week of November 24th, 28 reveals that Sheila Sharp and Deacon Sharp will have a double date while Katie Logan and Will Spencer are given some new job offers. Now that Deputy Chief Bradley Baker has confirmed Luna Nozawa's demise, there'll be tons of talk about her online. The Luna saga will apparently capture everyone's attention in the media and bring some unwanted attention to Forrester Creations, where Luna used to work. Katie will plan on putting out some PR fires, but Brooke Logan Forrester will admit someone else has taken over as the head of PR. Brooke may think Katie needs to focus on healing her family right now and use that to announce they've put someone else in charge in the meantime. Since Hayes Finnegan's former art teacher, Dylan, will appear all dressed up at Forrester Creations, she might score a PR job if she's got some secret experience for it. Dylan got caught up in the Luna mess as a hostage back in the summer, but she's still more of an outsider than Katie in this situation. Katie is the grandmother of the baby Luna was carrying and was literally out on the beach searching for her when that car ran her over. It's clear that Katie's too close to all this, but Dylan's brief hostage stint isn't a fresh wound and isn't tied to the latest escape drama. Whatever the case, Katie and Electra Forrester will ultimately react to some strange texts that bring a mystery. Dylan may solve that mystery if she sent them, since she's about to corner Electra and make a confession. If Dylan believed Remy Price during the deepfake fiasco and somehow helped him or said something negative about Electra, she may want to apologize for that. Then again, Dylan's confession could be about Luna or something else entirely. It'll be interesting to hear what Dylan's news is when she ambushes Electra in the design office. As for Bill Spencer, it looks like he'll reclaim his old dollar bill mentality and determine that this new and improved thing just isn't for him. Bill may revert to his former self a bit, since B&B spoilers say he'll make some sort of comeback. Of course, Bill won't do anything too wild, since he won't want to wreck things with Katie. Instead, Bill will stress the importance of Spencer family unity and will invite Katie to come work at Spencer Publications, along with Will, if he'll agree to it. There'll also be an adorable Thanksgiving episode on Wednesday, November 26th, so look for Sheila&Deacon to have a double date at Il Giardino. Deacon and Sheila will convince Carter Walton and Daphne Rose to join them for a meal at the restaurant, so the four of them will count their blessings. Sheila will remain thankful to Taylor Hayes for pushing Deacon back in his wife's direction, but Deacon and Taylor will secretly be pining for each other. However, Taylor will take some time to concentrate on her family for a while, since she'll be part of a Thanksgiving celebration with Steffi Forrester Finnegan, John Finn Finnegan, and the kids at the Cliff House. Ridge Forrester will be a surprise guest at that get-together, so Taylor will plaster on a smile and try not to think about how much he hurt her. After a repeat airs on Thursday, November 27th, B&B will be preempted on Friday, November 28th. It'll be a short week of episodes, but there'll still be plenty of good stuff to look forward to. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers say the week of November 24-28 will bring some unexpected proposals and important admissions, so stick with us for updates on all the action. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for the next 3 weeks, November 24th to December 12th, reveal that there'll be some new puzzles to solve, along with some big romantic decisions, and the march toward a long-awaited wedding. The week of November 24-28 will bring a PR shakeup, since Katie Logan will learn someone's replacing her in the top spot of that division. Even if it's a temporary move until the Luna Nozawa blow-up is over, Katie will still reel over the news. Of course, Bill Spencer will insist the door is wide open for Katie and Will Spencer to come work at Spencer Publications. B&B fans will see Bill make a big pitch and get back to being his powerful dollar bill roots. Next, there'll be some puzzling text messages that leave Katie and Electra Forrester feeling weirded out. Electra and Katie will struggle to make sense of them, but this may pave the way for whatever Dylan is about to confess. It's possible Dylan will be a new Forrester employee, depending on what her work history is like. Dylan may have more talents than just teaching kids art over the summer, so there's a chance she'll slide in Katie's PR position. Whatever the case, Dylan will have some important updates to give Electra, so she'll seek her out and admit something she feels guilty about. Since Dylan will open up to Electra specifically, it may relate to her past deepfake horror, if Dylan judged her unfairly, or perhaps inadvertently enabled Remy Price somehow. On Wednesday, November 26th, the show will celebrate Thanksgiving with a heartwarming episode. John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester. Finnegan will have a small party in their home, so look for Kelly Spencer, Hayes Finnegan, and Taylor Hayes to be there. Ridge Forrester will eventually show up as a surprise attendee, so Taylor will just have to ignore any discomfort she might feel following their breakup. Since Taylor and Ridge will always be united by their love for their children and grandchildren, they may focus on that during the Thanksgiving fun. When it's time to eat, each family member at the table will share something they're grateful for this year. As for Deacon Sharp and Sheila Sharp, they won't be spending Thanksgiving alone. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose will get invitations to share a feast at Il Giardino, so they'll happily join Sheila and Deacon soon enough. There won't be a new episode airing on Thursday, November 27th, but you can catch a repeat if you still want to tune in that day. B&B will be preempted for sports coverage on Friday, November 28th, but the soapy drama will pick back up during the week of December 5. Hope Logan and Liam Spencer will continue planning their nuptials, so will Sheila finally learn Beth Spencer doesn't want her at the wedding? While Carter pulls out all the stops to show Daphne he's committed to her, Will and Katie will consider possibly making the jump to Spencer Publications. Will Bill ultimately get his wish? The week of December 8 to 12 may bring the start of some Christmas plans. Will Liam and Hope decide to get married before the holiday arrives, or wait until the new year? Regardless, Hope and Liam will take some time to savor their reunion in the coming episodes. It'll be nice for Liam, Hope, and Beth to make some happy family memories during the holiday season. As for Deke Sharp, will he make a final decision about his future with Remy? If Remy proves he's going to therapy and has truly turned his life around, Deke may seriously consider a reunion and stir up plenty of controversy in the process. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the next 3 weeks will bring some romantic curveballs, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for Monday, November 24th reveals that Dollar Bill Spencer will take charge after the Luna Nozawa fallout leads to Brooke Logan Forrester's tight spot. First on Monday's B&B episode, the news of Luna's demise will spread like wildfire. It's all the internet will be talking about, so there'll be a big discussion at Forrester Creations about how to handle the PR crisis related to their former intern. Katie would normally take the lead since she indeed runs the PR division at the company, or she did up to now. However, Brooke will catch Katie off guard by admitting they're already handling this without her. Since Katie is so connected to the Luna saga, Brooke may argue it's best for her to step aside. Katie isn't the right person to spin this in the press, so Brooke will land in a tricky situation as she conveys that. Of course, Katie may not be permanently kicked out of her job. It could be more of a temporary thing, but she'll still mull over her future after Brooke updates her on the changes. As for who might replace Katie, or at least pitch in on the PR team, it's possible art teacher Dylan will tackle a new career path. Dylan has some scenes coming up at Forrester Creations, and will bring some interesting revelations with her during the week of November 24th to 28th. While Brooke, Katie, Ridge Forrester, Eric Forrester, and Donna Logan Forrester discuss the Luna fallout, Dollar Bill will make a huge comeback. It sounds like Bill will decide he's done with this nice guy act. Although Bill wants to be a man who's worthy of Katie, that doesn't mean he has to go overboard. Bill doesn't have to be a scary monster, but he doesn't have to be a total pushover either. Maybe Bill can strike a balance that leaves him feeling large and in charge without sacrificing who he is at his core. At some point, Katie will tell Bill that she's lost her position at Forrester. Even if Katie might be able to reclaim it after the Luna crisis is over, Bill won't think she should. Instead, Bill will want Katie to join him at Spencer Publications and convince Will Spencer to abandon the Forrestership for his family business as well. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Bill will give Katie, and eventually Will, a lot to think about. CDL will have other terrific Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, updates, and news to check out, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. The Bold and the Beautiful delivered one of its most hilarious weeks in many months. A prison guard forgot the basics of her job, leading to the laundry cart escape that was heard around the world. Two sisters spent the week arguing as if they'd never spent any time together before, and Forrester's showroom became an American Idol audition stage, serving as the soundtrack for a manhunt that boggled the imagination. By the end of the week, the chaos made the show almost unrecognizable and, somehow, part of a new genre. Frustration doesn't even begin to cover the feelings of watching the prison guard completely fumble every part of her job. Luna practically drew a step-by-step of her escape plan, and the guard had not one singular inkling of what she was cooking up. First, the guard let her use her phone, and although that was the previous week, it led to what occurred this week. Somehow, the guard turned her back long enough for a known killer to dive into a laundry cart and vanish off prison property. How? There wasn't a single alarm, second glance, or anything until Luna had already made her way to Will's beach house. Nobody thought the laundry cart was much heavier than normal. There was zero effort into making this make sense, and it felt like a jumbled mess filled with plot holes to get Luna to Will with no logic factored in. If this prison guard is the standard of all guards on this show, nobody will ever face any consequences for their actions. Although it's not as if anyone ever gets sentenced to real prison time anyway. The laundry cart escape was the most unrealistic direction Luna's story could have taken, but that didn't stop the writers from making it happen. The show actually expected viewers to believe that nobody noticed a significantly heavier laundry cart make its way out of a well-secured prison. It was peak chaos for this show, and it was just another example of the show throwing things at the wall with no forethought of the ramifications. It was impossible not to look at the television screen and question what this formerly beloved soap had become. Lee and Poppy take sibling rivalry to an entirely new level. While their animosity has been established, and it makes sense to an extent, it's non-stop. Every time these two share a scene, they act like it's the first time they've ever interacted. This week was much of the same. The same insults, the same facial expression, and the same emotional wounds ripped open like their own personal Groundhog Day. Every argument between the two is the same, and it's clear that they wish the other didn't exist. Although their snarky comments are peak television, this week felt like the worst case of déjà vu. The sisters talk and shout in circles, and their accusations also go around and around with no resolution. By the end of this week, they were back to where they started. Their fights are entertaining, but there's no forward movement in their association, so it's feeling stagnant. In the earlier parts of the week, they faced off over Poppy's highly inappropriate relationship with her adoptive nephew, Finn, which resulted in the conception of Luna. Lee's not wrong. However, that doesn't change the fact that she's been singing the same song and dancing the same dance since the moment she found out. What does Poppy have to do for her sister to give her just the smallest amount of grace, or at least baseline respect? Luna's death could have served as a way to unite the sisters together. But nope. It was more of the same repetitive tension between the two. Lee was wholeheartedly disgusted by Poppy's cold reaction to her daughter's death. After what Luna did to Poppy, framing her for murder, it's not too hard to understand why she wouldn't be crying her eyes out. Even so, Lee expressed her sympathies toward Finn for the loss of his daughter, but it looked like the greatest chore of her life to extend the same level of sympathy to her sister, who, in theory, was also grieved. Whatever the plan for Daphne is, it's not working. Is she a brilliant chemist and capable of creating fragrances that entice people to shop Forrester? Or is she the next American Idol? The focus should be on making Daphne and Carter into a legitimate pairing, but instead, the spotlight is on her sudden singing ability. After 2 Il Giardino open mic nights that seemed to feature her as the only performer, Daphne has advanced her career and is now creating tracks to accompany her fragrance line. It's all extremely convoluted and makes absolutely no sense, but the performance of said song baffled the mind even further. Daphne, Carter, and Deke knew that Luna was on the loose and that a massive manhunt for the escaped killer was underway. However, instead of paying that any mind, Daphne belted out an emotional and surprisingly sultry performance, while most of the characters panicked in the fog, trying to locate Luna. Everyone from Bill to Taylor to Deacon to Ivy was lost in a dense fog, desperate to find Luna, all to the tune of Daphne's musical masterpiece. It was whiplash going from the desperate search to Daphne putting on a one-woman show for Carter, who was eager to prove himself to her. Half of the canvas was searching to send Luna back to prison, and then there was Daphne, singing her feelings as loudly as possible, for Carter's viewing pleasure. It was dramatic, but not in a good way. It was camp, but in the way that makes someone want to change the channel to literally anything else on TV. Her inner theater kid was unleashed on all of Los Angeles at the most uncomfortable time, and the fact that the series made it seem so serious made it all the more hilarious. Fool us once, bold and beautiful, shame on you. Fool us a dozen times, shame on us. The show wants us to believe that it really has killed off Luna Nozawa, but we don't and we won't. Let's count the reasons why. 1. No body. Anyone who's watched a soap for even 5 minutes knows that no body equals the character isn't dead. That's Daytime 101. 2. Bold and Beautiful has tricked us with this so-and-so's dead shtick before. With Finn, with Lee, with Sheila. We're not buying it again, especially not in this case. 3. Though Lisa Yamada's goodbye message seemed to confirm that she really was done, remember, Tanner Novlin and Kimberlyn Brown both gave exit interviews when Finn and Sheila were killed. That's come to be the way the show plays with us. 4. Bold and Beautiful has invested too heavily in Luna to dump her. It's centered an entire twisted family around her and has had her drive story ever since she went psycho, and the heinousness of her crimes is, to the show, irrelevant. Sheila has shot damn near every character, including her own son, and still, they all flock to Il Giardino as if it was the only restaurant in all of LA. 5. There's too much story left to tell. Just when Will and Electra are ready to tie the knot, Luna is sure to waltz in with her and her victim's baby in her arms. And having almost lost her granddaughter twice at that point, Sheila will torpedo her own marriage to assure that Luna doesn't go back to prison. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that we have to talk about why Luna Nozawa's resurrection still needs to happen. Luna's deadly departure can easily be undone, so let's mull over the potential for another exciting chapter of the story. There's a reason why everyone on social media is struggling to believe Luna's really gone for good. If B&B wanted fans to accept Luna's grim fate, they really should have shown her dead body on the side of the road. Furthermore, if this was going to be the outcome for Luna, why didn't they just let Luna die after she got shot at the beach house? It would have been a more dramatic and definitive ending if Luna had perished in the operating room. Instead, Lee Finnegan told everyone that Luna died off-screen in recovery. Since that wasn't true, it's understandable that people are speculating about Luna's survival all over again now. What else are we supposed to do when no corpse was shown and B&B has played this game before? Deputy Chief Bradley Baker said Luna was killed instantly by the car that mowed her down. But how can we know for sure, since none of us saw it with our own eyes? The show may intentionally be leaving the door open for a rewrite and a shocking Luna comeback. Even Luna's miscarriage could be undone if the prison doctor lied to Deputy Chief Baker for some reason. Regardless, the CBS soap left so much drama on the table by sending Luna out with a whimper. This was a beyond lackluster ending for the character, and really needs to be rectified at some point. It's strange that the show skipped the obvious route of Luna taking a tumble off the pier and disappearing into the water. One of the many characters involved in the manhunt could have pushed Luna to her presumed death. Then, Luna could have resurfaced down the road with an infant to derail Will Spencer and Electra Forrester's happily ever after. It could have come out that Luna was manipulating Will about the baby loss. The show could still pull off Luna's resurrection and Spencer Family Edition with a few strokes of the pen. It's just a matter of whether they'll actually do it, but maybe they indeed could once they run out of ideas and need another source of drama. Perhaps that's part of the reason for Luna's off-screen demise, so it's worth keeping in mind if you're bummed about losing Luna and all her scheming. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Luna will be out of the picture for now, but we'll bring you updates if any return news happens somewhere down the line. It's going to be a big day in Los Angeles for B&B. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Tuesday, November 25th include Katie and Electra becoming suspicious over mysterious texts. Meanwhile, somebody makes an admission of guilt. Luna died after miscarrying Will's baby and escaping from prison. Los Angeles reeled at the news that the villainous woman had once again met her end. Bill offered Katie and Will a place at his company after Katie learned the surprising news that she wasn't the head of PR at Forrester Creations anymore. After all the turmoil involving Luna, from her obsession with Will to her increasingly dangerous behavior, Katie and Electra spent countless hours helping Will navigate the emotional fallout, which left everyone drained and in need of stability. Electra, who had been deeply involved in the situation from the beginning, found herself trying to balance her protective instincts with her own shock over Luna's actions. Will leaned heavily on both Katie and Bill as he processed the realization that the future he'd started contemplating was suddenly different. The family's decision to regroup and refocus became essential, especially after weeks of confronting Luna's escalating choices. Katie's professional setback at Forrester only added another layer to an already overwhelming time for all of them. While she worked to adjust to the news, she also tried to stay strong for Will and support Electra as they all attempted to return to a sense of normalcy after Luna's chaotic final chapter. Katie faced a stunning professional shakeup, just as she and Electra uncovered troubling messages. Meanwhile, Luna's death rocked Los Angeles, and Ridge brought his family together for a heartfelt Thanksgiving. The weekly The Bold and the Beautiful must-watch moments for November 24th, 28. Tease that Katie is shocked to learn she's been replaced, and later, she and Electra are concerned about mysterious texts. Plus, Ridge gathers with his family to celebrate Thanksgiving. Tune in to CBS or Paramount Plus next week to catch all the dramatic moments in Los Angeles. Monday, November 24th, 2025, 9660. Everyone reels as the news of Luna's death spreads. Dollar Bill Spencer is back. Katie is shocked that she has been replaced as head of PR. Tuesday, November 25th, 9661. Katie and Electra grow concerned over mysterious texts. An admission of guilt is made. Wednesday, November 26th, 2025, 9662. It is Thanksgiving as Ridge, Taylor, Steffi, Finn, Kelly, and Hayes feast as they go around the table saying what they are thankful for, as do Deacon, Sheila, Carter, and Daphne. B&B fans wanted more of the exciting chase that led up to Luna's shocking death at the end of Thursday's episode. While one of the most thrilling moments of the week was when Luna's escape from prison kicked off a chain of events on The Bold and the Beautiful. After she showed up at the beach house and shocked Will with heartbreaking news, she made a break for it. A massive search party was underway with Deputy Chief Baker at the helm. However, Luna's life suddenly came to a halt when she accidentally stepped in front of an approaching vehicle. Fans were disappointed in the ending to one of soap's greatest young villains. The search party was over once Luna stepped in front of a car. The soap didn't show the aftermath of the crash or her dead body. However, Deputy Chief Baker informed the Spencers about her death at the top of Friday's episode. He assured them that they wouldn't have to deal with Luna Nozawa ever again. Fans were hoping for more of the action from Thursday's episode. The disappointment was felt on Reddit. The original poster titled the thread, "Luna's Anticlimactic Ending. What a letdown." The fan explained they wanted to see more of the car crash and Luna's dead body at the morgue. "We also deserve to see her actually die. Hopefully they won't tell us that they cremated her, because I'm not sure I'm going to fully believe it until I see her in the casket. Smirk included," the user noted. Other fans couldn't agree more. They felt that Luna's death was rushed. One person wrote, "It was wrapped up too quickly. If they had to actually kill her, we could have at least had a twist with the driver of the car and then the character's inner turmoil." Someone else commented, "Talking about phoning it in, this was the worst death yet. We all know she's not dead and will be back in 3 years with her 19-year-old Spencer kid." Another person agreed, writing, "Lazy writing." There were a number of ways to continue Luna's insanity, like Remy bumping into her and both running off to plot revenge on Electra. Anything but, oops, gone. Most fans were surprised that no one caught up to Luna, or that none of them ran into each other in the dark. Some were hoping for Taylor and Deacon to bump into each other with Sheila lurking behind them. Meanwhile, other fans want to know more about the crash. The driver hasn't been identified. However, that could be unveiled as early as this week. Electra gets a surprise from Dylan, who has something to confess. Could she be the one who was behind the vehicle? As B&B fans recall, Dylan was a teacher who hired Luna, who used the pseudonym Miss Sunshine, just so she could get closer to Hayes. She held Dylan and Steffi hostage after she got them alone. Luna blamed Steffi for keeping her away from her father, Finn. The nearly fatal scene led to Luna, Liam, and Sheila getting shot. Maybe Dylan wanted to get revenge on Luna for the pain and trauma she caused her. What are your thoughts on the end of Luna's storyline? Sound off below in the comments section. Will and Electra proved that they wouldn't let Luna Nozawa break them apart. Luna has been declared dead on The Bold and the Beautiful. She tried to break up Will and Electra, but it didn't work. They proved that no one could get to them, which means they will likely face a new challenge. Luna is officially dead. Her life came to an end when she was on the run from the authorities. In her final moments, she stepped onto the road when an oncoming vehicle approached and ended her storyline, at least for now. So, what's next for Will and Electra? Luna was convinced that Will was meant to be with her. She did whatever it took to lure him away from Electra. When seduction didn't work, she manipulated him after she got him blackout drunk. She got pregnant with his baby and then used the pregnancy to leave jail. Luna assumed that since she was carrying a Spencer heir, she would be welcomed into the family. But Will told her that he wanted nothing to do with her. His future was with Electra. With Luna gone, it's likely that Will and Electra will face a new challenge. In Friday's episode, Will mourned the loss of the baby. He assured his family that he would become a father one day, but that could happen sooner rather than later. This could suggest that he'll want to settle down and have a family. But Electra might not be on board with that idea. Her career at Forrester Creations is flourishing, and she doesn't want anything to get in the way of that. Also on Friday's episode, Will told Electra that he doesn't want to make the same mistakes as his father. He apologized to her for not telling her about his night with the mystery girl, who turned out to be Luna. This scene could suggest that Will might have a wandering eye, just like his father did. Or maybe this new challenge involves Electra. The B&B spoilers suggest that Electra will receive mystery text messages. She'll also receive a surprise visit from her old friend Dylan. Electra and Will recall the trauma of Luna's crimes, which won't go away as easily as she did. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Monday, November 24th, 2025, Will and Electra try to get a fresh start after Luna's death. However, the trauma still lives on through the form of social media alerts and mysterious text messages. As usual, Los Angeles is coming to terms with Luna's shocking death. She was struck by a car while she tried to flee from the authorities. Now, everyone has to deal with the aftermath, including Electra and Will. They were given time off to mourn the events that led up to Luna's shocking death. They're all mourning the sudden loss of the baby and Luna's many crimes. Surely, her death would bring them peace of mind. However, the headlines are catching on to Luna's death, and it could involve a massive PR cleanup at Forrester Creations. Normally, Katie would handle this, but Ridge had to hire help since she was taking time off to process all that had happened. Meanwhile, Will didn't expect to spend his days pacing at the beach house. He apologized to Electra for constantly looking at his phone. The two can't escape the non-stop notifications. Will recalled all of Luna's crimes. Electra agreed that Luna had hurt a lot of people, including Will himself. She shared how Luna took advantage of him and used him to get out of jail. Electra was just grateful that he was fine and no longer in Luna's danger. Electra noticed the reports that said that the driver who killed Luna is still anonymous. Will said he couldn't imagine driving on a dark road and seeing a person jump in front of them. It could have been purely accidental. At that same time, Electra gets a mysterious text message from someone who claims to be the person who ran over Luna. Why would they text her instead of Steffi? She is Hayes' mom, whom Luna was stalking out at the time of the school shooting. The scene cut to an undisclosed location. The mystery person looks at their phone screen, which sent the text to Electra. Who could it be? Was it Remy who wanted to redeem himself? He could apologize to Electra for all the hurt and pain he's caused her. Another possibility is that it's Ms. Dylan, the art school teacher whom Luna held hostage during her shootout at the beach house. It seems coincidental, but the B&B spoilers suggest that Dylan returns to visit Electra and has something to confess. Maybe Dylan noticed Luna and she wanted to get her revenge on her. But will she be able to keep it a secret for long? The B&B cast sang their praises of support for the incredible actress who kept the audience on their toes when she portrayed the role of Luna Nozawa. Most of Los Angeles isn't that sad about Luna Nozawa's death. She caused trouble for the Finnegans, Forresters, and Spencer families. On the other hand, the cast of The Bold and the Beautiful will miss her portrayer, Lisa Yamada. She wrapped up Luna's storyline and her run on the show. Luna thought she was one step closer to freedom. On the contrary, she was one step closer to death. While on the run, the authorities and most of Los Angeles searched for her in last Thursday's episode. Luna smiled as she ran far away from them. Then, she stepped out into the path of an oncoming car, which ran her over. Yamada wrapped up her time on the soap. She posted a slideshow of memories on Instagram, which included shots of the CBS Studios lot, behind-the-scenes filming, her first ever daytime Emmy, and a cake that had the words "lunatic" on it. In the caption, she wrote, "So many tears shed, blood spilled, friendships formed, and memories made on @bold and beautiful CBs. What a ride it's been. Hope you enjoyed the adventure to 3. Lunatic forever. Luna's death might not have all of LA in tears, but Yamada has the cast wishing she were back." Annika Noel wrote, "She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment missing you already, superstar. We still have to do a TikTok together. Come back and kidnap Hope anytime." Lawrence St. Victor delivered up some praises, writing, "You're an absolute warrior. To carry story the U-way did, and command the screen is nothing short of amazing. To play the innocent ingenue, then the evil villain, to the broken character that just wants to be loved. Chef's kiss. You're amazing." Jacqueline McInnes Wood wrote, "Proud of you, rock star. Exciting time. Many more incredible adventures around the corner. Enjoy the Ray-D." Rebecca Budig added, "Wish I could have done more with you, girl. They threw so much at you. So many words, so much emotion, and you rocked it all." There was also plenty of jokes in the comments. Christian Weissman jokingly asked, "Cool, so where am I?" He wanted to know why he wasn't included in her slideshow. Meanwhile, Linnea Grace posted, "Come home, the kids miss you." We're all going to miss her. She kept the viewers on their toes as she transitioned from good girl next door to a soap villain. Yamada's acting made the viewers love to hate Luna. Sheila Carter was thrilled on The Bold and the Beautiful when Deacon Sharp agreed to give their marriage one more chance and they reunited. Little does the former villainess know, Deacon's heart is somewhere else, and all of her suspicions about Dr. Taylor Hayes were true. But now that she's mourning the death of Luna Nozawa, Deacon Sharp will look like a monster if he sneaks away with another woman. Is Deacon Sharp done with Sheila? Will she guilt him into staying in a loveless marriage because her granddaughter just died? Keep reading to find out what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers down below. The holidays are here on the CBS soap, and it's a magical time of year on B&B. But Sheila Carter won't be in the mood to celebrate. Either Sheila is an amazing actress, or she truly is devastated over her granddaughter's demise on the highway. All the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are hinting Luna Nozawa might really be gone this time, and her grandma is in mourning. Shouldn't her beloved husband be right by her side and giving her a shoulder to cry on? Deacon Sharp will have a tough time showing sympathy for Sheila, especially when he's secretly thrilled Luna met her maker, and the Il Giardino serial killer is out of commission. B&B spoilers say that instead of mourning with Sheila, he will start finding new excuses to slip out and see his therapist or sneak away and call Taylor Hayes. It's obvious Deacon is ready to move on from Sheila, and it seems like he has already emotionally checked out off their marriage. Will he stay in a loveless marriage and see Taylor behind her back? Because he feels guilty? Sure, Luna wasn't a great person, but is Deacon wrong to dump his wife right now? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that Dr. John Finnegan will have a surprising reaction to Luna Nozawa's latest death. Is the good doctor finally developing a conscience and starting to feel bad for his bio daughter? The first time Finn was told his daughter died, he barely batted an eye. But this time around will be different. More importantly, How will his wife, Steffi Forrester, react to him mourning the loss of his daughter? Here's what's coming up next on B&B, spoilers down below. Steffi Forrester has made it very clear how she feels about Luna Nozawa. When she learned that she was Finn's bio daughter, it didn't change her opinion. In fact, Steffi looked her husband in the eye on more than one occasion and told him that the world would be a better place if his daughter stayed dead or in prison. Sure, Steffi has more than one reason to feel so hateful towards Luna Nozawa. But at what point is she taking it too far? According to B&B spoilers, Steffi will continue to be callous about Finn losing his daughter, and it will begin to cause some tension between the formerly stable couple. The Bold and the Beautiful rumor mill has been hinting trouble in paradise at the Sin House for a while now. Could it be because Finn turns to someone else to discuss his feelings about Luna's death and his toxic family history? Fans have speculated that sparks could fly between Finn and Bridget Forrester. Maybe Finn begins confiding to her at work since his wife won't give him a shoulder to cry on. Do you think that Steffi is being cold-hearted? Will Finn turn to someone else for the emotional support she isn't giving him? Share your predictions down below in the comments, and don't forget to check back here next week for new Bold and Beautiful spoilers and updates. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint at some bombshells on the horizon during the week of November 24th-28th, plus a flurry of casting news. The world of fashion in Los Angeles is a revolving door at times. So who's coming and who's going in the land of LA over the next 5 days? Time to find out. The Bold and the Beautiful fans were shocked this past week when Luna Nozawa died during the Thursday, November 20th episode, wrapping up Lisa Yamada's 2-year run with the CBS soap. Luna is a villainess on all accounts. However, Lisa has earned respect and appreciation from fans due to her stellar portrayal of the baddie. In fact, she won a Daytime Emmy this past October in the inaugural Emerging Talent category. While Luna is gone, no character is ever really dead in the land of soaps, so will fans see her at some point in the future? Probably, but only time will tell. Meanwhile, Ms. Dylan will make a surprising return during the week of November 24-28th, as actress Sydney Bullock reprises the role. Speaking of returns, while Eric Forrester has been MIA as of late, he'll reappear on the canvas for some American Thanksgiving episodes as John McCook reprises the role. In addition, Eric's wife, Donna Forrester, played by Jennifer Garais, will also be back next week. Thanksgiving gatherings will also bring Hayes Finnegan, played by Brian David Garlick, back on the canvas, along with Kelly Spencer, played by Sophia Paris-McKinley. Finally, actress Hannah Lee Bible was on The Bold and the Beautiful during the week of November 17th to 21st, playing a beach girl. It's important to note that due to Thanksgiving, The Bold and the Beautiful will be preempted on Thursday, November 27th and Friday, November 28th. What storyline are you looking forward to most during the week of November 24-28? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out this site often for the best Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks suggest some drama. Dylan the teacher returns with a secret. Someone harasses Katie Logan and Electra Forrester via text. Plus, there is the aftermath following Luna Nozawa's death. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Before getting to the 2-weekers, let's discuss what is coming up from November 24th to 28th. Fans can expect the news about Luna's death to spread. In fact, it ends up going viral, and Katie comes in to handle it. However, she soon learns that she has been replaced as head of Forrester Creations' public relations department. This comes as a huge shock to Katie. Will Spencer enjoys his job, but I could see him leaving if Katie is fired. Katie will also inform Bill Spencer, who will have a place for both of them at Spencer Publications. It seems that Katie and Electra will also have to deal with some cryptic and mysterious text messages. Could someone be harassing them over Luna's death? There will also be Hayes Forrester Finnegan's art teacher, who returns. However, Dylan doesn't come by FC to talk to Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Apparently, she shares a big secret with Electra. It will be a short week as the soap is preempted on Thursday and Friday. However, there will be some Thanksgiving celebrations. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose have turkey with Deacon Sharp and Sheila Carter Sharp, Steffi and John Finnegan invite Ridge Forrester over. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks reveal that Will and Katie will both have some big decisions to make. If Will leaves FC, could that somehow impact his romance with Electra? Liam Spencer and Hope Logan should get closer to their wedding day. However, someone needs to tell Sheila that she's not welcome at the wedding. There is also Deacon and Taylor Hayes' connection. With Sheila mourning Luna, Deacon doesn't get it. That could have him getting even closer to Taylor. Also, Carter will continue trying to prove himself to the nose. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most in the next 2 weeks? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates indicate that Lisa Yamadata is speaking out following Luna's tragic exit. Yamadai shared her thoughts in a heartfelt social media post. So let's discuss her message to fans. After a daring escape involving a laundry cart helped Luna break free from prison, she had one last moment with Will Spencer at the beach house before fleeing. This resulted in Luna being struck by a car and dying instantly, as confirmed by Deputy Chief Bradley Baker. Baker announced the news of Luna's death in the November 21st episode, prompting Lisa Yamada to comment on her character's farewell on Instagram. Yamada posted some behind-the-scenes footage from the show, along with photos of Luna in different scenes. It's clear that Luna's journey on B&B has been quite tumultuous, but it seems Yamada cherished every second of portraying her. Lisa shared, "So many tears shed, blood spilled, friendships formed, and memories created on @bold and beautiful Sabis. What a journey it has been. I hope you enjoyed the adventures. 3, a lunatic forever," Yamada mentioned. Casey Kaspchik, who was recently elevated from supervising producer to executive producer alongside Bradley Bell, had only positive remarks about Yamada in the comments. Lisa, creating a soap villain that leaves a lasting impression is not easy, but you truly enhanced Bold and Beautiful, making the audience love to hate Luna while showcasing your amazing acting skills. Thank you for everything, Kaspchik stated. Lawrence St. Victor also took a moment to commend Yamada and express how fantastic her portrayal of Luna was. Since Luna's body was not depicted on screen and the audience was merely informed of the events, it would be simple to rewrite if they decide to reintroduce Lisa Yamada in the future. Even Yamada herself suggested this possibility after Lania Grace remarked, "Come home, the kids miss you." Yamada responded with, "Don't get too comfortable, sweetheart," indicating that there might be a chance for Luna's return someday. In any case, the bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that the repercussions of Luna's death will continue to create some challenges on the show. Fans should keep an eye out for updates on what lies ahead, and any changes that come down the line back from the dead returns are stock and trade for soaps, after all. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that during the week of November 24th, Dylan returns. A preview clip shows the teacher showing up at Forrester Creations to make some kind of confession to Electra Forrester. What exactly is this confession, and why would it matter to Electra? Keep reading and let's talk about the possibilities. Let's start off by talking about Luna Nozawa's death. Will Spencer and Electra sure went through a lot thanks to Luna. While the girl is dead, there are complicated emotions considering the baby is also dead. While Luna's death is a relief to many, Will is mourning. The young man isn't mourning Luna, but the baby that he lost. While Bill Spencer and Katie Logan were going to adopt the baby and raise it as their own, that was still Will's child. It's only natural that he feels a bit of grief. After all, he had just gotten used to the idea of having the child in his life. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that the preview clip for the week of November 24th shows Dylan showing up. If you don't remember her, she was Hayes Forrester Finnegan's art teacher. The lady was also locked up in a closet while she tormented Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Dylan shows up, not to see Steffi though. The woman stops by Electra's office. Of course, Electra recognizes her, as she helped Steffi and John Finnegan with Hayes. Electra dropped the little boy off at art class all the time. However, Dylan admits she has a confession to make. What is this confession, and why would Electra care? Now that Luna is dead, Will and Electra think everything is going to be perfect now. However, in soaps, couples are always facing some kind of complication. Dylan might admit she knew Miss Sunshine was Luna, but I don't think that's it. Luna is dead, so there is no reason to admit it. The only thing I can think of is that Dylan is the one who hit Luna with her car. Another possibility is that Dylan has a history with Will. Dylan looks pretty young, so she would fall into Will and Electra's age group. There have been a lot of younger people coming on the show lately. That makes sense as all the kids have grown up. With Luna gone, there needs to be more young people. However, will Dylan's confession shatter Electra's world? Stay tuned to find out. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers and updates indicate that we need to discuss why Luna Nozawa's return is still on the table. Luna's fatal exit can easily be reversed. So let's consider the possibilities for another thrilling chapter in the narrative. There's a reason why fans on social media are having a hard time accepting that Luna is truly gone for good. If B&B intended for viewers to embrace Luna's dark fate, they should have shown her lifeless body on the roadside. Moreover, if this was the planned outcome for Luna, why didn't they allow her to die after being shot at the beach house? It would have provided a more impactful and conclusive ending if Luna had succumbed in the operating room. Instead, Lee Finnegan informed everyone that Luna had died off-screen during recovery. Given that this wasn't the case, it's no surprise that people are once again speculating about Luna's survival. What else can we do when no body was presented, and B&B has played this game in the past? Deputy Chief Bradley Baker stated that Luna was instantly killed by the car that struck her. But how can we be certain since none of us witnessed it firsthand? The show might be deliberately keeping the possibility open for a rewrite and a shocking return of Luna. Even Luna's miscarriage could potentially be reversed if the prison doctor had a reason to deceive Deputy Chief Baker, or the doctor didn't really check her. In any case, the CBS soap left a lot of drama unresolved by sending Luna off in such a subdued manner. This was an incredibly underwhelming conclusion for the character and truly needs to be addressed eventually. It's odd that the show bypassed the clear option of Luna falling off the pier and vanishing into the water. One of the many characters involved in the manhunt could have pushed Luna to her supposed demise. Then, Luna could have made a comeback later with a baby to disrupt Will Spencer and Electra Forrester's happily ever after. It might have been revealed that Luna was influencing Will regarding the loss of the baby. The show could still manage to bring back Luna and add to the Spencer family with just a few clever changes in the script. The real question is whether they will actually go through with it. But perhaps they could if they find themselves short on ideas and in need of fresh drama. This could be part of the reasoning behind Luna's off-screen exit. So keep that in mind if you're feeling down about her departure and all her plotting. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna will be absent for the time being, but we will keep you posted if any news about her return surfaces in the future. Bold and the Beautiful, 2-week spoilers for November 24th through December 5th. Exposed Deacon Sharp is disgusted, and Katie Logan is insulted. Bear in mind, we have a short week of episodes this week, just 3, but then we'll have a full set of 5 episodes the following week. On Monday, November 24th, we've got everybody reeling as news of Luna Nozawa's death travels around to all of the Forresters and all the other co-workers, family, and friends. Pretty much a lot of people are ready to hire a DJ so they can just dance on her grave. I'm curious if Sheila Carter is going to try and host a memorial at Il Giardino and infuriate her hubby Deacon. Katie can't believe what she's hearing at Forrester Creations on Monday. She shows up at work and tells Ridge Forrester, Sheila, Carter Walton, Brooke Logan, Donna Logan, and Eric Forrester that are all in the CEO office that the whole thing about Luna and her death is blowing up online. Brooke basically tells Katie, "We're on top of it. We're Santine." She and Donna, I guess, and Katie is a little insulted, a little taken aback. Donna may be actually stepping into Katie's role because it looks like she has been replaced as head of PR. I think this is benevolent and not meant to be insulting. Donna and Brooke have been very worried about Katie and her heart and the stress of all this. That was even before Luna died. So they may have made this decision based on Katie's stress over Will Spencer and the fact she was going to be helping raise this baby of Luna's soon. When Katie tells Bill Spencer this week what went down at Forrester Creations, Dollar Bill is going to tell Katie that she should just come over to Spencer Publications and work with him, and bring Will along with her. I understand that Bill doesn't want them working with Ridge and would prefer them with him. That way he could have the whole family working there, since Liam Spencer is there and all that good stuff. This week, there's a funny spoiler that just says Dollar Bill Spencer is back. So I think this means him being his usual Dollar Bill self, and not the kinder, gentler version of himself that's more like Liam that he said he wanted to be. On Tuesday, November 25th, we've got Katie and Electra Forrester concerned. They're getting some really strange texts. Who could be texting them, and what are they saying to freak them out? Maybe it's Luna's psycho cellmate sending texts from the guard's phone. I don't know. Somebody confesses to something, and it looks like the art teacher, Miss Dillon, who, if you remember, was Hayes Forrester Finnegan's art teacher, the one that Luna held hostage at the Malibu beach house. She shows up out of the blue and surprises Electra at the Forrester Creations design office. It's all very strange because Miss Dillon, as far as we know, her only interaction with Electra was when she would occasionally pick up Hayes from art school for Steffi Forrester. So, Miss Dillon shows up, asks if it's okay to interrupt, and then she tells Electra she's got something to confess, and it may be about Luna. I'm wondering if Miss Dillon is the one who actually ran over Luna and killed her, which would be quite karmic since Luna kidnapped her and scared the bejesus out of her during her day of terror at the art school. On Wednesday, November 26th, we have got the last new episode of the week. At Il Giardino, we're going to have Carter and Daphne Rose sitting down to have turkey and stuffing with Deacon and Sheila. I'm sure Luna is going to be a hot topic of conversation, which might be really awkward for Sheila and Deacon because Sheila is grieving. She knows Luna was a psycho. Then again, Sheila's a psycho, so I think that she may struggle to hear harsh opinions of Luna while she's grieving. Meanwhile, Deacon has no sympathy, no room in his heart for any bit of kindness for Luna, because she murdered two of his best friends. And I agree with him. But you can, as a grandma, you can understand Sheila's sentiments as well. Over in Malibu, we've got Taylor Hayes and Ridge with Finn and Steffi and Hayes and Kelly Spencer. They're all sitting down to a big turkey dinner, and they're talking about what they're thankful for. What's strange is that Ridge is there sitting at Taylor's side when he is a newlywed with Brooke, and I'm assuming she's over there with Donna at Eric's place. I'm guessing that's where Will and Electra are, so it just seems bizarre. There's supposed to be a surprise guest at Steffi's table on Thanksgiving table. I don't know if they are referring to Ridge as the surprise, because they make a big deal out of things in the bold spoilers that don't actually manifest into things that are surprising. But maybe it's Deacon who stops by to check in on Taylor and vent about Sheila. I'd love it if it was Thomas Forrester, but I believe he's going to be around closer to Christmas. On Thursday and Friday, November 27th and 28th, for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, we've got Bold and the Beautiful preempted for CBS sports coverage. And I say boo to that. I don't need sports, I need soaps. The following week, December 1st through the 5th, we've got Electra still kind of in shock from Miss Dillon's confession. I do suspect it's Luna-related. And I wonder if Electra will immediately take that confession to Will, to Katie, to anybody else relevant, or if she will keep it a secret. Katie has a decision to make. Is she going to leave Forrester Creations and head over to Spencer Publications to be with her recently reunited honey Bill? I do wonder if she may resent that Brooke and Donna, in conjunction with Eric presumably, made some kind of decision for her. And were Ridge and Steffi all in on this as co-CEOs? I'm sure Katie's going to have some questions. Liam and Hope Logan are soon going to amp up their wedding planning. I'm expecting a holiday wedding. We are on the countdown to Thomas's return, and I wonder if it's going to be a surprise or something that's planned ahead. Deacon is increasingly leaning on Taylor. Obviously, Deacon is glad that Luna is pushing up daisies, but he's still in shock from everything. He's still drawn to Taylor. He is still trying to cope with Sheila's betrayal, and her grief over Luna's death may rub him the wrong way and push him more towards Taylor, who of course is fantasizing about him. I'm wondering if we're going to see Lee Finnegan and Sheila lay Luna to rest. We didn't get a body, we didn't get a morgue scene, and we didn't get a body bag scene. They haven't shown us a corpse. That to me says not dead. Even if you show me a corpse, It's a soap. Also, Bill may push Will to walk away from Forrester and also come over to Spencer Publishing, but as long as Electra is at Forrester, I don't think Will is going to walk away. Finn is probably going to be persona non grata at anybody's Thanksgiving and homes in the future. Katie's heart problems may accelerate and cause some other medical issues, and we may see Will haunted by the stress of everything that has gone down.